right? When we talk about camera setups, we basically mean where you can place your cameras when you're doing your recording. If you're recording one person, for example, you necessarily just need one camera. If you want to have a more dynamic look and feel to your vlogging video, you can use more than one camera. But a nice setup to start off with is just one camera, where you have it in front of you, as you can see here, and just frame it properly to a point that you want it to show. And you can have your setup like this. Or another setup that you can have is the 2 people setup, or 2 or more people. This is a bird's eye view of a 3-camera setup. So this is a 3-camera setup interviewing 2 people, or an interviewer asking the subject questions. Camera A would be focused on the subject. Camera B would be focused on the interviewer. And then camera C would be focused on both of them. So that's another setup that you can have if you're going to do like interview type of vlogging videos. As you can see now, currently we just have a 2-camera setup. That one at the back is recording the whole room. And then this one over here is recording me. So if we had a 3-camera setup and I was with 2 people, for example, and I'm interviewing them, that camera would have been focused on this person that's here, and then another camera, that one, for example, would be focused on me, and then that one for both of us. So that's just an understanding on how you can set up your cameras, either using one camera or having 2 or 3 camera setups. But the most you can use is basically 3. You wouldn't really need 4 camera setups, unless it's like more than one person that's being interviewed and you want to really focus like each shot on each person. Framing and compositions. Framing and compositions are, how would I explain framing and compositions? So it's the type of frame. Okay, it's basically framing. Eh? It's how you frame your subject. For example, you have these 6 shots. These are like the standard type of shots that you find in filmmaking. We have the extreme wide shot. Extreme wide shot is basically used for establishments. So establishments are those type of shots where, I don't know if you've ever seen where a TV show where someone is talking, but before they talk, let's imagine generations. Let's say it's Karabo and Archie that are talking, right? Let's imagine it's Karabo and Archie. So before they start with their conversation, you would have the establishment shot, which shows where they are. So establishment shots are usually just to show where the people are, or where we are when we're watching a video. So you would show the house, right? And then you jump into the subjects. Like even if you watch like those Bill Cosby type of TV shows, they usually show the house first and then they would show the people talking. So that's an establishment shot. And then a wide shot is recording the whole body of a person. Or let's say, for example, you have more than one person in a shot. You then use a wide shot to capture everybody. But wide shots are usually also just used for example, those type of action type of shots where people are moving in slow motion and they're walking towards the camera, and you see that whole scene of how they're moving in slow motion. So that's a type of wide shot that you can use. A medium shots are usually used for interviews now. Like if you look at like news interviews or just normal interviews, you usually have them like this, these 2 type of shots. So a medium shot would just be cut from here, right? So if you're gonna do your setup and you have the person sitting, you would then have the shot in this type of way for for more, what do we call it, aesthetics? I guess so, yeah. Close-ups. Close-ups are used for evoking an emotion. For example, if two people are about to make out, you would have the close-ups of how they are feeling, right? Because now you wanna like the thing about filming is filming is made to evoke emotions. So a close-up is a great way to do a dramatic type of shot where you either have the person showing themselves happy or sad. So you would use a close-up for that type of shots because you're more intimate. A good thing that I learned was this, can you just assist me here? A good thing I learned was personal space. So if you stretch out your hand, like more like this, so this barrier is our comfort zone. Comfort. So, so this is the comfort zone, right? And then as soon as this crosses, you break the comfort zone. You're more in a personal area. So even like right now, as I'm getting closer, you sort of feel this energy of closeness. So that's just a theory that I learned in terms of evoking emotions and using close-ups and stuff like that. Extreme close-ups, it works the same. If you want to show like a person's emotion, you can, and they're angry, it wouldn't really evoke much of an emotion when you shoot it in a wide shot as opposed to an extreme close-up because you get to see their face. You get to see how angry or how happy the person is. So extreme close-ups are usually used for that. Or you can use an extreme close-up for additional shots, like for example, if I'm doing a scene where I am talking on the phone and or I'm hanging out and I receive a message and I take out my phone, the camera would then show the screen of the phone to show what I'm reading. So that's what you can use an extreme close-up for. Or even just like, if you want to add a scene where I'm picking something up, I would then have a mid shot or a wide shot of me standing. And then as soon as I look at the bottle and try to pick it up, I would have a close-up with the hand picking it up and then would move back to the mid shot. So it doesn't really matter how you align it. Establishment shot doesn't really need to be first. You can always edit wherever you want to. And you don't really need to have them following each other like that. The nice thing about filming is you use your creativity. There are no rules. You just need to know the theory or the techniques of how to use the type of shots. Rule of third. Rule of third is, I don't know if you've ever seen these type of lines on cameras. So if you look at a camera, you usually find horizontal and vertical lines. Apparently, when a viewer spots an image or watches a video, these are the points that they first touch when they look at the image. So when you frame your image, so this is a mid shot. This is a mid shot, right? So this is a mid shot, and the viewer, you would then want to have the eyes, because the first thing that a viewer sees is, or the first thing that catches a person's attention is the eyes. So always have the rule of third pointing where the eyes are. So even if you're doing like an interview type of videos, you always want to have it in this line or this type of line. And whatever you want your viewer to look at, you then have it either on the rule of third. So this point, this point, this point, or that point. So if I wanted to have this tree here, I would have had it like here and then have the sky more, like this top part, I would have had it here and then this tree would have been here. Another thing to look at is the golden spiral. So the golden spiral it's that curve. Let's see where it starts from here. So this golden spiral would basically turn like this. I don't want to explain what a golden spiral is. You can Google that because I don't want to lie to you guys, but it's an amazing theory to look at when you're looking at images and stuff like that. So it's a golden spiral. It's basically, if I can explain it in my way, it's the the calculation that is used for everything, basically. Like, I don't know how to explain it for real, guys, but yeah, Google golden spiral or the Fibonacci spiral, and you will have an understanding on what it is and how you can use it and stuff like that. But it's used for everything, like literally everything. Art, maths, photography, videos, you can use it for anything. So this over here is like one of the most important things you need to know when you're doing a video recording. So if you're going to record two people talking, like an interview type of thing, you need to consider the 180-degree rule. So 180-degree rule is this line that you shouldn't break. So this is a 360, and then this half is the 180. What you do is never to cross the 180-degree rule once you have your setup on one side. So this is camera A. Sorry. So camera A will be here, focusing on this person, right? So as you can see here, and it's over the guy. And then camera B would be focused on this person, which is like that. And then camera C, focus on both people. So always consider that when you're recording. Never cross the 180-degree rule when you're doing your recordings. But it's just a nice way to understand how to do interview type of shots. And then this is what I was explaining with this type of shot here. Like, can you see this? So this is called over the shoulder shot. So if you're gonna record something like that, have the camera show the next person's shoulder to show that this person is talking to that person. And then the same way on the opposite sides as well.